There are stars, and then there are supernovas, artists who burn so bright they redefine the universe around them. Michael Jackson was that supernova, the boy wonder who became the king of pop, a man who moonwalked his way into history, only to spiral into a darkness no one could imagine. This is the story of Michael Jackson, his rise, his reign, and his tragic fall. Gary, Indiana, a steel town where dreams were rare but talent was everything. In a cramped house on Jackson Street, a boy named Michael was born on August 29, 1958, the 8th of 10 children in a family fighting to survive. Music wasn't a choice for the Jacksons, it was a lifeline. Joe Jackson, a strict father with big ambitions, drilled his sons in the family living room until their harmonies were razor sharp. For Michael, the youngest of the Jackson Five, pressure became second nature, but so did greatness. By the age of 11, he wasn't just a kid, he was a sensation. The Jackson Five exploded onto the Motown scene with hits like I Want You Back and ABC. While other kids were riding bikes and playing ball, Michael was performing for screaming crowds living under spotlights that never dimmed. The Jackson Five made him famous, but Michael wanted more. At just 20 years old, he launched his solo career and changed music forever. In 1979, Off the Wall hit the world like a thunderclap. It was funky, fresh, fearless. Then came Thriller in 1982, and the world was never the same. 66 million copies sold, 7 top 10 singles, music videos that became cultural events. Billie Jean, Beat It, Thriller. He didn't just dominate charts, he rewrote the rules of pop culture. The moonwalk, the single white glove, the military jackets. Michael Jackson wasn't just an artist, he was a phenomenon. Stadiums shook with his presence. Presidents welcomed him. Children idolized him. He became the most famous man on the planet. He was the king of pop, untouchable, immortal, or so it seemed. Fame gave Michael everything, except peace. Behind the glittering persona was a man trapped in a cage of his own making. From constant touring to relentless media scrutiny, Michael's life became a spectacle. The child who missed out on childhood tried to buy it back. Neverland Ranch was his escape, a fantasy land of rides and animals built to fill the void of innocence stolen by fame. But to the outside world, it looked strange, dangerous even. And then came the whispers, allegations, scandals. The same tabloids that once worshipped him now tore him apart. In 1993, the first allegations of child molestation emerged, and Michael's image began to crack. Court cases followed, settlements, media frenzy. The man who once united the world now divided it. Plastic surgeries altered his face. Skin conditions changed his complexion. The boy from Gary was gone, replaced by an enigma, a fragile figure haunted by suspicion and loneliness. By the early 2000s, lawsuits piled up, health deteriorated, finances crumbled. Michael Jackson, the biggest superstar on earth, was drowning in debt and controversy. In 2009, there was hope. A comeback tour. This is it. 50 sold-out shows in London. Fans believed the king would rise again. But behind the scenes, Michael was exhausted, reliant on prescription drugs just to sleep, surrounded by enablers instead of friends. On June 25, 2009, the world stopped. Michael Jackson was gone. Cardiac arrest, propofol overdose. The king of pop died in his rented Los Angeles mansion at just 50 years old. Shock turned to mourning. Mourning turned to myth. And the man who once seemed larger than life became a symbol of how fame can build and destroy the greatest of us all. Michael Jackson remains the best-selling artist of all time. His music still fills stadiums. His influence is everywhere, from the moonwalks on TikTok to the beats of modern pop. But his story, it's complicated, brilliant, and tragic. A reminder that even kings can fall, that the higher you soar, the harder the world watches when you crash.